Hello everyone, happy September 1st. Pretty Green Vinyl Guy here. And today I wanted to discuss a super important album that I think everybody needs to have in their collection. A lot of you are going to know it because it's had a lot of talk about. I guess it's a cult classic, you could say. But I think there's so many people that still haven't discovered this album yet, so I think it's important to keep the energy going and to spread the word. And the album is Pink Moon by Nick Drake. Pink Moon was Nick's third album in his short, storied career. He was a singer, songwriter in a sort of a folky tone in England in the early 70s. The third album was released on February 25th, 1972. And it's different than the first two. So his first two albums, the first was Five Leaves Left, and the second was Brighter Later, they were interesting. They almost had this wall of sound sort of idea, lots of strings and lots of studio musicians, and personally, I think it really, although there are standout tracks like Northern Song, personally, I think it takes away from the genius of Nick. And that's why this album is so perfect, because this is just Nick and his guitar. Except for the title track, Pink Moon, where there's a little bit of piano. This was recorded over 2 nights. Just with himself and his producer, John Wood, or the engineer, John Wood. And it's just beautiful. It's haunting. It's sad. Lyrically, it's incredible. I mean, it reads like poetry. It's a gatefold. This is a reissue. I don't even think you could get originals. I think it sold so poorly that finding an original copy of this would probably cost you a fortune because of, again, the cult status that Nick has elevated to. But this is an Island Records repress and gatefold. All the lyrics. You can see some of the lyrics. Some of the songs are quite short. I think the whole album only comes in at around 28 minutes or something like that. But it's just one of the most beautiful experiences, again, in this kind of haunting way, that you'll sit through. It's beautiful. It's poetry in motion, right? You know, Nick was obviously a depressed guy. He suffered from depression. He was medicated and he was self-medicating. Apparently, when he recorded this and at this period of time, he never was seen without a joint in his hand. He was always high. And, I guess that's what comes through on the album. But if you get a chance, pick this up and put some headphones on and just enjoy, is all I can say. So yeah, Nick Drake's Pink Moon, 1972, recorded over 2 nights, just Nick, and mostly just his beautiful guitar playing and his amazing voice. And it's this kind of like, they're almost not in sequence. I think that's kind of what grabs you. It's just done in such a way that you will never have... it's original in the way it's done. You just think, well, how many different ways can someone sit with an acoustic guitar and sing? And this shows you that it can be done in many different ways. Sadly, he died in 74. This, like his first 2 albums, didn't sell well. And I think the depression just got bigger. And unfortunately, he overdosed. And yeah, the song was resurrected in 1999, the Pink Moon, the title track, for a Volkswagen Cabriolet TV commercial. And that started a renaissance of his music. And fortunately, he sold, hundreds of thousands of copies today. And the legacy lives on. So yeah, do yourself a favor. Perfect fall music. Nick Drake, Pink Moon. Thanks, everybody.